Hello and welcome to a new video. I'm Fuchstanz, Lyra, and I'm glad you're here. Happy early Valentine's Day, I guess. Tomorrow is gonna be Valentine's Day, but I'm uploading on a Sunday before, so I hope it doesn't bring any bad luck to wish it beforehand, but here we are. And I don't really celebrate Valentine's Day, or at least it's not a big thing where I come from, so I don't know what you should be doing on Valentine's Day, but if you're celebrating it, or if you like Valentine's Day, I hope you're having a great day, and I hope you have a crush that's having the same feelings about you as you do about them, and that you have a happy day filled with love and all the pink and red colors. I particularly like Valentine's Day for the color palette, to be honest. The whole pink and red vibe just is what I love most. And all the love hearts and the candy, and just it all makes me really happy, so I decided to honor the day with an illustration of mine, even though I don't really celebrate it. So here goes. At first I had a different illustration planned, but I felt like doing a little bit of a smaller illustration for this video. So here you can see this totally not obsessed looking girl giving you a hand heart. I really wanted her to look kind of creepy and weird. I had it a lot weirder in my mind, and it turned out rather sweet. So yeah, I don't know if I did well on my own brief there, but I like how the illustration turned out, so it's fine. I just wanted to pack it in with all the colors that I like and just have a nice and relaxing illustration that I like, and the way it turned out, I like it, so I achieved everything that I wanted. This is another acrylic gouache illustration. I don't know what it is, but this medium has such a hold on me lately, and I've just been enjoying using it, so why break it if it ain't, why fix it if it ain't broke? Or I don't know how that saying goes, but you know what I mean, hopefully. I tried a different approach today though, by watering down my colors a little bit, where I can see the outline I drew, or the sketch I drew. Usually I go in with just an opaque coat of this color, and I really like doing it a little bit more transparent, because it gives you a little different of a workflow, I feel. I wanted it to be rather graphic. I didn't want to go in with a ton of shading, so I think using it in a more transparent way was kind of helpful to that, because I could still see the lines I had drawn. I'm sorry. Yeah, I think the main focus for this for me was just the colors, and that I wanted to have a good time. And at first I still went in with the regular way I'm drawing usually, and just putting down a base coat for everything, which is probably the most boring part of this. So if you don't want to see it in that much detail, you can always let me know, and I will try to change it, but here we are. Yeah, I think red and pink really goes well together. I used to be very against pink and red. I don't know why. When I was in my purple blue phase, I didn't really like those colors, and now I'm just obsessed with them. So I guess you grow with age or you change, I guess. But yeah, the colors really hit me good and I like using them, so this was just fun. Also, I really like how the scarlet red pops against the yellow hair color. I think it's a really nice contrast, and adding the pink on top just makes it all the more interesting to me. I also feel like adding all these accessories and all the details just made it all the more kitschy, and I really love that for Valentine's Day. Like, when else can you be super over the top and kitschy with all the fluffy stuff? So I really like how that turned out in this illustration. Also, the writing on her face, I think it just goes a little bit into the background with all the details, and I kind of love that because it's like, oh, she looks so innocent and doesn't have the super crazy eyes, but you know something's not right in her head, and then she has this big love me on her face, which just kind of makes it obvious what she wants. And yeah, I mean, it's a fun thing to draw. I also feel like when you're working with these more transparent layers, it goes down a little smoother than if you would use them opaque. Like, sometimes when you use them opaque you can get a little bit of texture, and usually I don't mind, but for this one I wanted it to be just really clean and graphic, so watering them down a little bit just made it work a bit better for what I had intended. when I was done with all the base colors, essentially I went in and just started to add all the details that I wanted to highlight or darken, whatever. But yeah, it's I think it's always the same with me and how I work, so I don't know if it's really interesting anymore. If you're watching this, you can tell me your opinion on that, or what else you would like me to talk about in these voiceovers, because I'm a little frazzled with them. Like, I'm not as anxious anymore doing them, but also on the other hand, I don't know what I should talk about, like what's interesting and what do you want to hear, like, yeah. If you want to give me pointers, I would really appreciate it, and if not, I'll just figure it out on my own, I guess. I didn't feel like I wanted to add a lot of cold colors to this illustration, so even the shadows that I put in are just a warm tone, and I think it turned out good. Like, this illustration can handle it. All the same colors work for this one. It doesn't always work, but I feel like I pulled it off in this one, so yay for me. I feel like doing this graphic style and doing my rendering is just really relaxing. Especially if it's just such a tiny canvas I'm working on. I think it's a bit smaller than A5, so I get through these rather quick, and it's fun because you don't get exhausted by it and you can just do it in one go. Yeah, so this was fun for me. I was adding the line art with a darker tone of the acrylic gouache, and I really like how I'm trying to figure out line art with a brush. And it definitely helped that I got some thinner brushes that are a bit easier to work with, I still want to try a striping brush because I used to use them and I kind of forgot about them, but striping brushes kind of are really fun for doing outlines and getting really thin and precise lines. So if you see me in the future using a striping brush, just know I'm trying to get back into that lifestyle. Also, I feel like not doing a black outline this time was really beneficial to this whole soft vibe I have going on in this illustration. I used a very dark brownish red for her eyelashes, and I think it works a ton better than if I had used a black brush pen. And I think moving forward with my illustrations, I'll try to lay off the black a little bit, unless it's a really dark illustration and it can take it. But with these pastel illustrations, I found that even just using the darkest brown works better than just using straight up black. And with me practicing my line art with a brush, I have a lot more playroom with what colors I can use. So I'm excited to go into that a little bit more. And at the start of the illustration I had applied some masking tape, which I'm currently rubbing off, as you can see. I was a bit afraid of rubbing it off and it might not have dried, so I was a little bit anxious, but it turned out fine and it rubbed off perfectly, so yay. And then I'm just going in with the pen white again, as always I feel, just to get the pearls really white and make them round looking, adding in the little highlights for her earrings and the hair, and just adding a ton of sparkle because I didn't feel like it was kitschy enough, so gotta add that sparkle. And as always I feel like it just brings it all in together and makes it just come to life. Like, it looked fine before, but with the shiny details, I don't know, it just goes perfect for me, and I really like doing that. I was trying to be mindful about letting everything dry before I went in, but as you can see here on her left hand, our right, you can see I stamped her pearl on her hand when I went over it, and I guess it's good that I was working with the acrylic gouache, because you can just cover it up and no one has to know, unless you're doing a video for YouTube and you'll explain that you did an oopsie, but I think in the final product you can't tell, so yay for opaque medium. And the last step was adding the gold. I'm tired of saying as always, but I mean, it's just the way I work, so as always I'm adding the gold or the metallic colors and adding in some more detail on her bracelet and stuff. And yeah, it's not too much gold today, it's just for her accessories, so yeah, I think it adds a little bit more interest. And then I'm just outlining it again with more acrylic gouache, because I tried a gel pen and it just didn't look right, so I went in with that dark red brown again. And finally, because I like the soft approach, I thought I would go in with a colored pencil and outline the pearls that way, just because I didn't think I could go that thin with a brush, or if I wouldn't make them as round as I could get them with a pencil, so that's why I'm choosing to use it's a dark brown to outline the pearls that way, and I think it worked fine. Yeah, I like that I approached it that way this time. And here you're getting some peel porn of this illustration. And with that I'm basically done with this illustration. So here you can see the color palette that I had. It's very red and pink with a giant glob of yellow. If you enjoyed this illustration, you can leave a like and a comment, subscribe, I would really appreciate it, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye bye!